least wait, they find you yet. Then when they do, they put you in the ASPCA, you mangy mutt. They're coming to take me away, haha. They're coming to take me away, ho ho, hee hee, haha. To the funny farm where life is real.
I was wondering. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I was wondering. Obviously, playing Eggman, it's a huge character and a huge set of games. Do you play games yourself? And in particular, do you play the games you voice in, or is that a bit weird?
I'm not a gamer, but we have children, partially because they can be gamers, but that wasn't entirely the reason why we had them. But my lovely son and daughter both play games on my behalf. And driving down the road, I have heard myself coming out of both sides of the back seat. It does get annoying after a while. But when I was a child, we had one of the first Pong games which came out. That's how old I am. I played that for a couple of weeks and then got bored. And video games I never quite had the patience or coordination or general aptitude for them. But in the arcade at the nearby mall, they had an obscure game called Trivia Whiz. Just basically a puzzle was in a box. And I played it so often, and there was such a small pool of questions, that I eventually memorized all the questions and answers, which always came up in the same rotation. And I just topped the leaderboard because I played it so often and memorized all the answers.
Nice. You definitely win.
Let people who are better at games play games. I'd rather be in some things. Questions?
Well, we zoomed in too much.
That's right, Sonny, tell it the bass. How did you come up with the voice for a woman?
There aren't many women's voices that I can do, so that was the criteria. That was an interesting casting process. I've been doing Dr. Eggman for a couple of episodes, and the producer show up in the studio during the session and says, "Hey, did we find anyone for All the Babe yet?" "No," said the director. "Let's have Mike try it." "All right then."
Oh,
So I
God.
looked at something around and I essentially did what I thought a Latina woman would sound like if she looked like Ella Devey.
And I don't know if that'll do anything for you, but there you go. I came back the next week, and I said, "So how's that all made today? Did you get an actual woman to do that yet?" "No, we found someone else." Fine. Came back the following week, I found out I had been cast as Ella May.
So it's basically the falsetto voice that I do, with a bit of a dialect on top of it, and that's it.
Questions.
Hey, everyone to go.
Well, my question's kind of covered a little bit, but I was just wondering what's your opinion doing female voices in general, being a guy, about female voices or adult males?
Watching Ella's voice come out of, watching my voice come out of Ella's body just makes me laugh. And again, I mentioned voices that make me laugh. Ella is one of those voices that makes me laugh. There are people that not only don't realize it's me, but there are a couple of people that didn't realize it's a male person doing that voice. It's a brilliant stunt. I mean, it goes back to the legend of English theater, the importance of being earnest, and Lady Bracknell being played by a woman, and all of Shakespeare with men playing women. So, for stunt casting, it's hysterical. Especially for me, which this is my normal voice, and having the voice to be a woman is also hysterical. Women playing young boys, there are technical reasons for that. And women's voices not only sound like a boy, but they don't age. So if you had a boy playing Ash Pokemon, after a couple of years, I am Ash from Pokemon. Not going to work. So it's funny to have men playing women, and it's practice for women to play young boys. So gender bending is allowed.
Sorry, I got another question. It's unrelated to voice acting. I know the answer is probably going to be no. I know you're only for one film, but has anybody told you anything about the new film Berserk franchise? The film series.
Yeah, the thing about this, most projects, they don't tell the actors anything. The actors show up when they're called. So there's the one film. I'd love for there to be more. I can't really do this. But I love working.
a little bit. You mentioned when you started All Your Voices, it was on radio. How did that go? Did you literally just walk up to the radio station and bang on the doors to the radio job?
Almost. I had two radio jobs. The first one I was the local college radio station near my high school. Did a high school radio program. They let high schoolers come in and produce their own stupid little shows, and they would air them on the weekends so they'd come and listen to them. So I was involved in the high school radio program. I was also a caller on a quiz show that was on a different college radio station. And I was involved as a caller, and that show was eventually canceled from that one radio station. And I was working at the other college station, and I said, hey, you know, I was just a kid at the time.
If you like, I could try and see if I can get you a job on this other station.
And they said, if you can get us on that station, you can be part of the show. I got them on the station. I was the engineer running the show. So I wasn't exactly on the show. I was behind the scenes doing the show. Then when I actually got into college, as a college student, my television, radio, film production course took a field trip to one of the local radio stations. I was all excited. Hey, great radio station! Everyone wanted to see the newsroom. They wanted to see the disc jockeys. I wanted to see the production guy, the guy making wacky voices in commercials. So I went up to the production guy and said, hey, I know that other places are looking for interns. Is your department looking for interns? No one had ever been in production department either. So I said, sure, I guess. So I said, I'm an intern. I got really good at typing up file cards and organizing the record library. And then eventually they said, so, you know what I do? You disc jockey and say more favorites, less talk? Well, I guess if you want me to. So my first shift was an overnight shift, running the Dr. Westheimer show, not taking calls about sex, but she was talking sex and I was running commercials. And then I did a 2 o'clock shopping show, which I guess if you were really drunk and listening to the radio, you might have heard it. It wasn't good, but it got better after that. And eventually I worked up to middays. I was on when people were listening. And then I was in syndication, writing comedy and news stories for disc jockeys around the country that couldn't do it themselves. And then radio has had enough of me, so now I'm doing this. But radio has changed from those days. At least over there. It's not much better radio over here, I think, we use.
This might be a stupid question, and it probably is. Which one's your favorite Sonic character aside from
Purely from a vocal standpoint, on Sonic X, Andrew Reynolds, who has done a lot of Broadway and TV since then, and forgets that his old friends exist. Hi, he did the character of Bokoon on Sonic X, and I was fascinated by the fact that he could do that high, deep, strangulated voice. Because I can't do that. It just sounds like I'm in pain. His voice just made me, again, it made me laugh. It's like, how the heck do you do that? So, a little disposable character like Bokoon, but I found it hysterical.
Record for 20 minutes.
Questions.
What would you say is your weirdest fan experience from going to conventions?
Nice.
So there was this girl. We met online in Facebook, Twitter, MySpace at the time, I don't remember. And she said, oh, I really want to meet you and some of the other actors. How can I meet you? Okay, I'm all for meeting people in a public space where it's safe. I've got a session next week. You'll be in town. Great, come on by. I'll be doing some other work. I was back working radio at the time. So I'll be sitting at Starbucks doing my radio work while I wait between sessions. Come on by and watch me work. She did. Came by. I was sitting on the laptop working on other stuff. Hi, how are you? Have a coffee here. I'm doing work. Good to see you. I'm still working. Hi, how are you? Great, gotta go. I'm gonna go to the session up at 4 Kids. We're doing Sonic X or something, I don't know. She followed me to 4 Kids, which is fine. There's a security desk in the lobby at 4 Kids. She was not going to go any farther than the security desk. Or so I thought. I went up and did my session, walked in, walked through the door, went into a studio. When I get out of the studio, I get a call from the front office. Can we talk to you for a minute? Yeah. Did you send some girl up here and have her say she could come in for a tour? No, I explained to her it's a private office if people are trying to work and she really shouldn't come up to honor someone. She did. She came up and asked for a tour. Don't ever do that again. I had not realized she'd come up for a tour. I finally found her online and said, don't ever do that again. I got a talking to from the lady in the front office. And I also took a bit of an online break for a couple months to prevent that from happening. But that was possibly the most awkward fan experience. Don't go to an office and try to get a tour. If they don't give tours, you just bother people.
Nice question.
Questions? For those who haven't been following the Mike Pullock experience, I have a blog. It's called thelatestdeadline.blogspot.com.
Oh, that's my
And
name.
when celebrities
Does that.
die, I make jokes about them. Not mean-spiritedly, necessarily, usually, but mostly because when I was working in radio, there was a lot of dark humor in radio. When tragedies happen, you make jokes. Challenger, space shuttle disaster comes to mind. I was in the radio station at the time, my college radio station, and the inevitable gruesome jokes came up. Well, that's an interesting coping mechanism. And for me, it turned not so much a coping mechanism, it's just the way my comedic mind is always working. They just kept doing it for me. So one day I just had to brainstorm, I've never had a reason to blog, but these might be fun to collect on a blog. And I've done that. I've also noticed that as my fan base of people here tend to skew younger, most of the people that tend to die tend to be older people. Younger kids have no idea who they are. So most people pay no attention because they don't know who they are. But then you get all the Amy Winehouses of the world, and then people call us, oh, you people, cruel, bad, people are sobbing, you're in terrible pain of the death of Amy Winehouse. Yes, because you know who Amy Winehouse is, young person, and you come to me with your hate and your vitriol. And I appreciate it. The Glee guy, Monty, he passed away. I got some hate messages on that, because people who are young and are reading blogs, suddenly, wow, they know who he is and they're upset. But it's not anything that I do out of meanness, it's just, I find humor in weird places. So I find wacky headlines about, if there were headlines published about these people's deaths, and they were funny, there's that. So it's an outlet for me and a couple of my friends. Thanks for being one of the 7 people who read the blog.